With over 50 years of continuous investment, COBOL remains the language of choice for banking, ATMs, airline booking systems, insurance, and many other key business systems. What's changed is that user demand for mobile access to business systems has increased, driving organizations to act quickly to capitalize on this new market opportunity. During this video, you'll see how to quickly modernize an existing COBOL application, making it accessible from any web or mobile device. We'll also demonstrate how COBOL developers can leverage the inherent power and flexibility within modern industry standard tools to deliver new capabilities faster. Let's begin with a simple COBOL program. Most COBOL programs will be driven top-down, and other than size, will look quite similar to this one here. This program uses an index data file for persistent storage. Fields and variables make use of standard COBOL data types and structures, and all of the business logic in this program is contained within its procedure division. Further within this program code is a key piece of business logic. This code represents a formula that calculates the distance between 2 points on the Earth's surface given a longitude and latitude. The data file used by this program contains a list of airports and their locations, so this program can tell us how far apart one airport is from another in order to calculate air miles. Let's compile and run the program. Here, micro-focused development tools are being used to compile the program in order to run it. The program is compiled to a special portable executable format called int code, enabling it to run on a variety of different operating systems and hardware environments. We'll now run the program and examine the results. This application has a primitive character-based user interface, which is very common for COBOL systems. We'll revamp this user interface later in the demo. The application is asking us to enter an airport code. By typing in LHR, the program tells us that this is the airport code for London Heathrow and gives its coordinates. By entering 2 airport codes, LHR and SFO for San Francisco, you can see the program has calculated the distance between the 2 airports in kilometers and in miles. Now let's modernize our COBOL application and access it from a mobile device. To do this, we'll use modern application development platforms, .NET in one example, and the Java Virtual Machine, or JVM, in the other. Usually, you would have to write a new air miles calculator program in either C# or VB for .NET, or in Java for the JVM. But even though this program is written in COBOL, we reuse it and compile it directly to .NET just by changing a compiler directive. Let's take a look. Using the ilgen command, we can generate Microsoft Intermediate Language from a COBOL program. So we now have a .NET assembly generated from the original COBOL program. We can now run the program to verify its behavior and check the results received are the same. And we can do the same for Java too, just by changing a compiler directive. Using the JVM gen command, we can generate a Java class from a COBOL program. Which we can then run using the Java Virtual Machine. So far, we've demonstrated micro-focused compiler technology, which allows you to deploy your COBOL program to .NET or JVM platforms, as well as native code, without having to rewrite your program in a new language. Now that we've compiled our COBOL program to .NET or Java, we can start to take advantage of the many available features within these managed code frameworks. But first, we need to upgrade our development experience. Using Notepad or VI is fine for a quick demo, but it's no way to develop professional software. This is Microsoft's Visual Studio IDE, an integrated development environment that's used by millions of developers worldwide. It supports dozens of programming languages, and now with Visual COBOL, you can use Visual Studio for COBOL development too. Here, we're using a standard WinForm template to create a graphical user interface for an application. After creating a button, for example, we can double-click on this object and write the code that will be called whenever the user clicks the button. This is how we will call out to an existing procedural COBOL program. As you can see, the editor within Visual Studio is designed for COBOL development. There's syntax colorization and we can easily jump to locations in the codebase with the click of a mouse. If you make a mistake as you type, the IDE shows that there's a syntax error, so you can quickly correct it to improve the quality of your code. As you type, the IDE makes coding suggestions that help you write code faster and with greater accuracy. Tooltips even provide you with documentation, so with these and many other new development aids, you have a wealth of capability at your fingertips to enable quick, high-quality development. Let's return to the Air Miles Airport demo. This COBOL project includes our airport program. Because it's quite small, object orientation has been used to make it easily accessible to other modern languages. This COBOL class uses the same index data file, and all original application logic remains unchanged. Here's the formula again for calculating the distance between 2 points on the Earth's surface. This is another project in Visual Studio, which contains a C# program and HTML5. It uses the COBOL program to provide all the back-end functionality, including airport distance calculations. The HTML5 pages also use a JavaScript library called jQuery, which allows us to not only create a web application that runs in a browser, but also to access it from mobile devices that support HTML5. The C# code provides a simple web service that allows the browser running on the mobile device to dynamically update the page with data delivered from the COBOL program, which resides on the web server. Here's the application running so you can see the simple, new user interface. It runs inside a browser with 2 new entry fields rather than the previous character-based interface. As you type, the browser is calling the C# web service to retrieve the list of matching airport codes. There's a breakpoint in the IDE when the Submit button is clicked, allowing us to debug our code. Here are the 2 values that were just entered. By stepping through the code in this program, we move straight into the COBOL program, which provides the Air Miles calculation functionality. Now, we're back in the browser, where the distance and a map of the 2 points is displayed. Visual COBOL also supports Unix and Linux systems, and for application developers on those platforms, we integrate with the Eclipse IDE. Using our compiler, you can integrate COBOL directly with Java. Here's the Java equivalent of our Air Miles calculator application. This time, the web service is provided by a Java servlet. But we're using exactly the same COBOL program as we did for .NET, though compiled to Java bytecode, demonstrating just how truly portable COBOL is. As you can see, the same COBOL application can provide functionality to a modern mobile app running in either .NET or the Java virtual machine. This is precisely how Micro Focus helps you bridge the old and the new using Visual COBOL.